Hey everybody, what's up? Yeah, we are doing a review for the Streetfighter V4. Now, this is something I've wanted to get my hands on for forever, and finally, I am. So, check out this riding review from Bike Crew UAE. Alright guys, I picked up the V4 Streetfighter. Now don't mind the garbage and all that, okay? It is in no way related to the bike, alright? But we're gonna take this out, we're gonna ride probably the Flat 12 Cafe, somewhere around there, to take a few pictures, because I've got an ace up my sleeve. I've got Fuad with me, who's actually behind the camera right now, and he's gonna help take some awesome pictures. But that's the bike. We've got the Insta360 set up, and we're gonna have some fun because we got other bikes with us too. We got an R1 and we have a CBR 600 with Tiffany already happy and jumping and dancing. And we've got the Ducati, of course. We're leaving my Z900 here. And we've got another KTM 1290, which is so loud. And CBR 1000R, so we're going to have a lot of fun. Austrian, we've got Japanese, we've got Italian, and this is going to be a good video. And the first thing I can tell you is when I sit on this seat, it is comfortable. It is so comfortable. My gosh, you know how on my Z900 I do have a gel pad, and I love having the gel pad because it's so comfortable. This is as comfortable without the gel pad. Well, it's probably because the seat is gel anyway. And gosh, the sound! I mean, guaranteed, I've only been on this bike for a couple of minutes now. It is fantastic. The riding position is very comfortable. I mean, there is a noticeable lack of a windscreen, so you do tend to get buffeted by the wind a fair bit. However, the ergonomics are really good. Now, when you're sitting just at at city speeds, your arms are very well located. I mean, for a person about my height, which is about 177 centimeters, I would say 5'9", 5'10" for the people using Imperial. I am comfortable. The foot pegs are very well located. Your feet don't seem like they're stretched out too far back or too far in front. Your hands are very well balanced on the bars. This is so comfortable. I mean, it doesn't look it with the Alcantara seat and everything else, but gosh, it does make a hell of a difference. You guys will already know all the specs of this bike, so telling you that it has 208 horsepower and that it has 1 billion torques doesn't really matter because Google has the entire spreadsheet, right? Okay, so what I can tell you though is how this bike delivers its power, and I've got to say it is seamless. Although, like most Ducatis and V4s, it doesn't seem very happy at low speeds. All right, it seems like a horse, pulling at the reins, just wanting to go. It seems holding back all those that immense horsepower. One thing I also have to tell you is, now this happens to me every time I do a review. I have my bikes in GP shift, which essentially means my gear system is one up and the rest down. But on all the other bikes I ride, it's a regular shift, which means it takes a fair bit of time for me to get used to it. I have to keep telling myself, up a gear, go up a gear, don't go down. And also, since my Z900 does not have quick shift, the impulse to grab the clutch is quite high, actually. The instinct is just making me try and grab this clutch. Well, so far what I can tell you is the handling is sublime. It dips in and out of corners very easily. And the fact that the quick shifter is so responsive is a huge, huge plus. I'm loving the way this thing handles, I've got to tell you. Man, this thing is fast! The torque is insane. The way the bike just pulls in any gear. Second, third, and hell, I'm just in sport mode. We're trying to do as much real world riding as I can, because I'm sure there are reviews of this bike on the track and out on the open highway, and people telling you all the most amazing things about this bike, which is all true, and I do believe them. It is an absolutely fantastic piece of kit. But if you live in a city, you're going to want to know how this thing handles in the city, in the traffic, in every day, in your commute. And that's why the Bike Crew UAE is here, and this is why we bring you guys a review of what it's like to have one of these machines on a daily basis. So, I mean, I love to ride. I love any motorcycle. You don't find me doing too many reviews of cruisers. Yes, I know. I will try to remedy that as soon as I can. But hey, for now, this is what we do. Now, while it's not happy at lower speeds, filtering through traffic, it handles very, very well. It is absolutely excellent. It doesn't even put too much strain on your shoulders or your palms. Nothing of the sort. It seems to go through really, really easily. And I do like that about this bike. The real world applications are brilliant. Now, as with most riding reviews, we end up stopping somewhere as usual. And of course the girl's eating cookies, and I had a cookie too, and it was really good. Now, since we stopped somewhere and we have Fuad with us, yeah, we have Fuad with us, this is what happens. Photo shoots. And you couldn't pick a better bike to do a photo shoot with than that one. Show that. That one. Because it is freaking fantastic. And right now, our man Mazen is enjoying himself. Right? I'm gonna probably need to get like a crane or something to get him off the bike, because he's pretty much stuck on it right now. How do you like sitting on this bike?
It's nice. It is.
Nice. Looks like I'm gonna need a freaking tire iron to jerry can you off this thing.
Beauty, man.
Well, you heard it from Mazen himself. It's a beauty. Well, not like you really needed anyone to tell you, because look at this thing. And that is how clear the display is. Things you really need to know right in front of you: the gear shift, RPM indicator, speed, side stand indicator, everything that you really need to know is right there. However, the thing with Italian bikes is they don't really give you a fuel gauge, and that is something I would really like to see at some point, but hey, you get what you can and you take what you can, right? We have come to Tent in Jumeirah. With all these bikes, we've come to Tent Jumeirah. to sit and talk about bikes. Now, this is something we do all the time because, after all, the weather is fantastic. We have some amazing bikes out with us. And what else do we do if we're bikers is sit and talk about bikes? And you can bet that the majority of the conversation is gonna be the Ducati. It's gotta be the Ducati. Forgive the sound because there's yeah, that is working and it's way too loud. But we were just talking about stuff, all of us, and you can see pictures and videos getting shared and everything. We're wondering about the Ducati and the KTM. Now, the funny thing is, the KTM is loud. It is so loud you can hear it in Abu Dhabi. All right. No, I'm kidding. It's not that loud, but it sure does scare a few cars.
Gunshots.
Yeah. The Ducati though is, I mean, even with the stock exhaust sounds really nice, so I can just imagine with the straight pipe Termis or Acras what it's going to sound like. Now Mazen's already thinking about how he can put an Acra on the bike and if he's going to get one. And
Just an $8,000 full system Acra for Ducati.
See? Hashtag Omani.
But I don't have that, man. I don't even own a Ducati, but it's all good.
Here. And we're still talking about those awesome bikes in the background. Alright. The Ducati, the KTM, the CBR 600, the R1, and the CBR 1000R. Now, of all those bikes, see, Mazen here was talking about getting a naked bike, and he is completely in love with the Ducati Streetfighter.
It's a nice.
That apparently is his only problem because it is an expensive bike. But hey, you are getting what you paid for, alright? You really are.
But it's worth it, guys. Really, it's like it's my dream bike. It's one of the beautiful, most
Totally.
beautiful bikes.
It
If
is.
you don't like, it is beautiful. It is indeed. You could do a lot of modification, and the bike is.
You don't need to do any modification to that bike except a tail tidy and maybe an exhaust. But hey,
And that's and the viewing mirror, maybe.
yeah, rear view mirror, definitely. Maybe put the bar ends or something. You know, once a bar. Oh man, that bike is
And
awesome.
on top of it,
I'm totally loving. But hey, this review is not over. We still got a lot to go.